next few minutes, I'll take you through a thriller where obsession, murder, and hidden desire collide in the darkest corners of human behavior. Anne Ashburn is a firefighter. She runs toward danger when everyone else runs away. Strong, disciplined, and respected, but one night, during what should have been a routine emergency response, everything changes. A body is discovered. The death is brutal, deliberate, and immediately, it becomes clear this is not an ordinary crime. Assigned to investigate is Danny McGuire, a homicide detective carrying his own scars. Danny is sharp, relentless, and deeply committed to his work. But he is also a man whose private life is unraveling. When he arrives at the scene, he notices Anne, because she remains unusually composed at the scene. But very quickly, both of them become tied to the investigation as more murders begin appearing across the city. Each victim is wealthy, powerful, and connected by private lifestyles they carefully kept hidden. The killer is targeting men involved in secret sexual relationships and leaving behind carefully staged scenes that suggest deep personal hatred rather than simple murder. As Danny investigates, he discovers that all the victims had connections to an exclusive underground circle where power, secrecy, and private desires overlapped. Anne, meanwhile, keeps crossing paths with Danny because many of the crime scenes involve fire calls or emergency responses, and their professional contact slowly becomes personal attraction. But the deeper the investigation goes, the clearer it becomes that the killer is not choosing victims randomly. The murderer knows their habits, knows their secrets, and understands exactly how to reach them without suspicion. Eventually, Danny uncovers the truth. The killer is a man connected to one of the victims through family history and long-buried trauma. As a child, he had witnessed the destruction caused by one of these powerful men and grew up carrying intense psychological damage and obsession. His murders are driven by revenge, but also by a desire to punish what he sees as corruption hidden behind wealth and status. When Danny finally identifies him, the killer has already chosen his final target, and Anne becomes vulnerable. The final confrontation happens under intense pressure, where Danny must stop the killer before another death happens. The killer is eventually shot and stopped, ending the murder spree. Danny's broken marriage fully collapses, and his connection with Anne becomes the emotional future left standing after the violence.